We're back, comic fam. Shout out to H-Top Skills and Chank Bug Day CI. We're sending you 2 copies of The Plot, issue number 1, both signed by writer Tim Daniels. We got it at New York City Comic Con. We're back. Russ, we missed you. Next time we got to get you down there.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so sorry I missed everyone out in New York, and really looking forward to being able to hit that con next year. It sounds like a fantastic time, and I know all of our East Coasters really go to that show a lot.
We cover this top 10 hot comics list every single Friday. Hit the subscribe button. We're jumping in at number 10 right now because we need to talk about the Marvel Celebrates Stan Lee comic book.
Absolutely.
This was a promotional item. ABC, they hosted this event that's going to be televised in the near future. A memoriam, a celebration of the legendary Stan Lee. His friends, colleagues, and special guests, individuals in the industry were all invited to gather to tell stories. And they also gave out each member of the audience and staff this comic book size, kind of like a pamphlet that goes over the event, but also has Fantastic Four issue 1 and another reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15 in there. Now, Marvel made a request of the attendees who received this memento not to resell it because it would cheapen this cherished comic book, this item. But some have hit eBay. We saw the first one go for a very low amount, $50, Russ.
Oh my God, so crazy.
But within a day, this issue is selling for $400.
Wow.
Happened quick, but it does mean a lot to collectors, and that's why there's a lot of people ready to pay for it.
It really, really does. And wait until someone gets this thing graded. You're probably going to see these go even higher.
I'm going to put a link in the bio to a friend of the show's, Chris, from Rups Comics, who did a page-by-page breakdown of this comic book because he received it because he was an attendee of the event. It's really cool hearing the perspective of someone who was actually there. Check out the video.
If you need some more pep in your step and some more keys in your collection, you need to check out the Key Collector app. This is the most fantastic app on the market right now to let you know exactly what books you need to be finding. And if you use the code TOM101, you're going to get a free week subscription.
That's right. Key alerts. A lot of them went out this week, and a lot of these books were actually notified to the Key Collector members. And it's $2 a month to unlock the full feature. But get that first free week free on us. And back at the list at number 9, what do we got?
Number 9, we have Joker number 1, the 1 per store variant.
Hot.
This book was super, super cool. So I actually got one in my subscription from Diamond this week, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh my God, this is a great homage to Brian No, it's actually Brian Boland.
That's him.
And it is amazing, and the teeth are grimy. It looks so much like the Killing Joke Joker. That's why I love this so much. The Joker book, if you're not reading it right now, go get this. It's a tie-in to Year of the Villain. It's written by John Carpenter, who, again, movie fame right now, but writing a comic book about the Joker, it does not get grittier than this. It's supposed to be 1 per store, and the comic itself is marked promotional use only. Now, we know if it's just 1 per store, it's going to be somewhere around 3,000. I'm sure DC is going to find some way to get some more of these promotional items out. There could be as many as 5,000 or 6,000 out in the wild. We don't have an exact print count on this, but what we do know is that these are selling solidly between 25 and 50 on eBay right now, which is a really, really good deal for a book that looks so cool.
Those got bought out quick. It's going to be tough to find those at the LCS, so you're going to be waiting patiently on eBay for that one.
Oh, yeah.
At number 8, we have Donny Cates affecting the list again. Post-interview, New York City Comic Con, he dropped the bomb that we have a new series coming. We have Bats the Ghost Dog. All right, this is a character that he invented back in the comic book coming on the list right now. Doctor Strange, issue number 381. Quickly gets killed in issue number 382. We know that Donny Cates tends to enjoy killing off some of our favorite animals in our comic series, but he returns as a ghost in issue 385. Now, issue 381 is making the list, but we do have other books to, potentially look at.
Sure.
And right now we are seeing some spikes. $9 average raw sales with a height sale at $12.
And this Doctor Strange number 381, it ends up suffering from the same thing that a lot of the Marvel books from this exact same month suffer from. There is a 3D lenticular cover, there is a headshot variant cover, and these variants are selling for almost nothing. You could actually pick them up if you want to read the story without paying the full price.
A 2,100% increase in copies sold in 7 days. I find that peculiar because Donny Cates was tweeting about his interest in giving it its own solo series after hearing news back in July that other members of the writing team were eyeing this character. Comic fam, if you like what we're doing, do us a favor, hit the like button. And what do we got at number 7?
Number 7 this week, Walking Dead number 171. Now, we haven't talked about Walking Dead in a little while, but we know that the next series is supposed to have Princess in it, which means first appearance of Princess, Walking Dead number 171, has been spiking. Now, the news this week that Paolo Lazaro has been cast as Princess for the next season has definitely made this cover price book go for $5 raw. May not sound like a lot, and the graded ones going for $58 doesn't sound like a lot either, but you have to keep in mind that there was also a cover B by Lorenzo and a hidden variant that was a 1 in 10 Lorenzo. The hidden variant had 7 extra pages of story. This is something that people don't seem to remember, and the people who didn't catch it originally have forgotten about it. This is a really, really highly sought after Walking Dead one. And if you want something even more recent, there's a great Jen Bartel variant that was one of the 15th anniversary black bags.
Yeah, the mystery blind bags. We had to cut them open to, hoping we got that Walking Dead 100.
It was a lot of fun, yeah.
Which we did. That was really cool. But yeah, an increase of 1,000% in copies sold for a cover price book. We actually have 2 copies of Walking Dead issue number 171 to send out to the community. Comment down below. Let us know what you picked up at your LCS this past Wednesday. Are you still watching The Walking Dead? We want to hear from you. And let's take a look at the list here at number 6. Because we have Batman.
Number 540?
Yes, this is the first appearance of Vesper Fairchild.
This is from the era of Batman that just goes straight into my 50-cent bin. I don't think about keys. I don't think about anything. I think it's 1997 or so. Well, we're starting to see these books going for $3 on eBay, which doesn't sound like a lot, although there are some buy it nows and some peaks at $20. Well, if this hits, I don't know where the ceiling's going to be, but Tom, why do we think this is moving and shaking? It went up a really, really high number, didn't it?
Yeah, we have a 3,000% increase in copies sold because Rachel Maddow from MSNBC is going to be taking on this character.
Okay, in the Batwoman TV show?
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. You don't typically see like news anchors step into an acting role like this, but this is something that has piqued my interest. For one, surprised to see how many viewers watched Batwoman.
Right.
Over 1 million viewers on opening night. A lot of the reviews are fairly decent. Rotten Tomatoes was really, really low, but we had impressive first night viewership.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks good. The costuming looks good. The scene looks good. It feels right. And it may take a few episodes for it to kind of hit its stride and see where it's going. But absolutely, this is one to watch.
There's another piece of news that got me all pumped this week. We're going to see Wayne Brady take on the role as Gravedigger in Black Lightning.
Awesome.
So, I'm going to be following this show. I'm a big fan of Wayne Brady, especially all of his, pretty much anything that he's done in the improv game.
Number 5 on the list. This is a bit of an anomaly. A lot of times we talk about price hikes. This one is absolutely driven by a sales hike. Earth X number 1. Now, you probably remember this book from, 15, 20 years ago, and it was Jim Krueger and Alex Ross. Every single Alex Ross cover, just stunning. In 2020, they're going to be doing more in the Earth X universe. So if you get the original Earth X number 1 for about cover price right now, or any of the rest of the Earth X run for about cover price right now, you can get some really great first appearances of characters that are going to be seen again and quite possibly be spiking in the very near future. This book has seen 950% sales increase in the last 7 days.
At number 4, we have another potential Werewolf by Night spec book. Nina Price, the niece of Werewolf by Night, Amazing Fantasy issue number 10 from the mid-2000s. This is The Vampire by Night, and a book that's being spec'd on because, well, is it going to happen on Hulu? Is it going to happen on Disney Plus? We are waiting to find out, but it's likely going to happen somewhere, whether it is in the streaming services or whether it's going to make a movie. It's really hard to find.
Sure.
I looked up Comic-Con numbers. Looks like there's under 15,000 copies that made it out to comic book stores. To put in perspective, that put this under Hellblazer that month and above Hercules.
Wow.
Not a whole lot of these were made. And by the way, this is a James Jean cover. Any Fables fans out there? There's only a couple of them listed as I make this video right now. And one is at auction and the other one looks like it's going to exceed $40. We have $20 average sales for this book when it does pop up, a height of 25 recorded as of right now. This is a 250% increase in price this week.
Number 3 this week, we have Grant Morrison's Marvel Boy #1. I love Grant Morrison as a writer, and a lot of times when you see his name, people are really wanting to read his stuff. Well, when you see Grant Morrison's book jumping because Al Ewing is going to be writing the new Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, character Novar in Marvel Boy #1 is supposed to be showing up in Guardians of the Galaxy. And since we know Al Ewing has absolutely killed it on the Immortal Hulk run, we are fairly certain that this new Guardians of the Galaxy run is going to be stunning as well. Donny Cates has picked a really, really great writer to pass the torch to, and it's cool to know that we have a character like this that is going to be able to be in the new team.
We're seeing a $15 average sale on this book with a height of over 75. Not too bad for a book many people weren't specking on.
Well, and again, for these books in the early 2000s, they were just mass-produced and not a lot of great stuff was coming out of them. Although a book like this that's seen an 1,800% spike in the last 7 days, it's one to watch.
At number 2, we have an underappreciated key book from the early Claremont XMen days. Issue number 129.
I love this cover. And the fact that there are 2 major key appearances in this book should be worth more than it is.
First appearance of Kitty Pryde. First appearance of the White Queen. All right. And then we also have a cameo appearance of
Hellfire Club.
Dude, it's a great book. It's a tough book in high grade.
Oh, really, really is. This whole era of the Claremont X-Men is just really tough to find in high grade.
Well, we're finding out now how this new like X-Men essentially has their own government now.
Right.
Because of what's going on in House of X, Powers of X. And we're finding out that the Marauders are playing a key role in the communication and transportation of certain things that these 2 different government entities have agreed to work together to trade, to help human civilization. Well, Marauders is being led by Kitty Pryde, and it has a renewed interest in multiple characters that are featured in this book. And this underappreciated book is seeing average sales at $115, right? But for a high sale, $1,580. These are pretty high records.
Wow.
It's a 140% increase in copies sold in 7 days. There's a lot of Claremont fans, a lot of individuals that are specifically hunting for that chunk of key comics.
For those of you that aren't paying attention, we only have a few days left to sign up for the mystery mail call. This month, we have a Show's End variant that's an homage to the first appearance of Wonder Woman. And as you know, last month we sold out of the Scout exclusive Gut Ghost. We had to cap our signups because we ran out. Sign up, there's a link in the bio down below. You have until the 15th.
Join the community. We'll send you comic books every month and you help support the show. And Russ, this is probably my favorite #1 to make the list in quite a while.
Absolutely. You know, we have standing on a top of comic book bodies with full claws extended, Wolverine #1 from 1988. First Wolverine is Patch. Wolverine's ongoing series. There are so many fantastic books in this series. 1 through 10 are all great. 10 with Sabretooth in it. Sabretooth coming back in 41, 42. The whole series is great. But #1, that black cover, it is a tough book in any grade. I know it was a high print run, but Roz, it's saying $25 here. This is a $50 book all day long, raw. I mean, people are going to be able to spend it. The top sale, $266 for a 9.8. And again, it's a black cover. It's one of those that it picks up fingerprints really, really easily. It picks up spine ticks really, really easily. I cannot tell you how many times I've had it come in and it's like, wow, this is a 6. This is a fine. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a great book. I love this read. You know, interesting side note, the first collection I ever bought from the guru, Jeff, had 10 copies of this in it, and I still regret selling every single one of them, man. I love this book.
130% increase in copies sold because after 5 years, Wolverine is getting his own solo title again. Now, he's been in multiple Wolverine titles, but this is
death.
Yeah,
no death of Wolverine, no return of Wolverine, no old man Wolverine, no old man Logan, none of this pussyfooting around. No, we have a Wolverine series first time in 5 years. Awesome.
Yeah, get on it. And this book having a renewed interest, we put this at number 1 because it's undervalued.
Totally.
Like, this is a book all day long that'll go for above $25. And with the way Hulk 181 has been going, the way that Hulk 180's been going, the way that Giant Size has been going.
You know, Hulk 340. I mean, that great Wolverine cover right there. That's another fantastic one. You just got to get on these Wolverine keys.
Comic fam, thank you so much for watching the video. Hit the subscribe button. We make a lot of comic book themed content. There was another record that we didn't even cover in this list, and that's Nova number 1. $1,400 sale this week.
Wow.
That's on the top 20 list that all of these comics were sourced from. That's found on Key Collector, the app. And if you download it, the link is in the bio, both for Android and iTunes users. Well, you use code TOM101 to get a free week subscription. You help support the show, and you're going to enhance your comic book collecting.
And if you don't live near an LCS or you want a different LCS, check us out. Mill Geek Comics has a pull box system that we do entirely online. We will mail you your comics. You can order all of them online. Link to our Patreon is down below, and we will get you hooked up and get you every new comic at cover price.
We do appreciate your time today, comic fam. And as always,
geek responsibly.
Enough said. Yo, comic fam, Comic Tom 101.store, the merch store. Oh, we have more shirts. It's pretty easy.
Cool.
Cool stuff. Check it out. If you want to. If you want to rep some merch.
I like repping merch.
Yeah, it's cool. I got a Mark Joe shirt on.
Nice.
Yeah, made it. Peace.